All right, everybody, it's Bob again, the creator of Ghost Girl. This is going to be part 2 of Tales of the Uncanny. The last video with this, we did the story featuring Ultimate Special Agent, and now we're going to do the second part, which features the Hypernaut, okay? This is 1963, Book 3, okay? I decided to split it up because even though this is just one standard issue length of comic, we did get 2 stories, and to be perfectly honest with you, Alan Moore could put so much content into one little story that, you know, it feels like a whole review of its own, right? We were getting 2 separate stories here, so I decided to do it as 2 separate videos. Again, to be perfectly honest, like I suffer from a pinched nerve that sometimes gives me like a migraine, and my brain does not work. So sometimes it's like impossible for me to comprehend something. And I wasn't 100% when I started doing the review on this, and like completely forgot everything about the Hypernaut and was like, okay, I'm just going to continue this on another video, right? It's probably better for you guys, so at least I know what the hell I'm talking about here, right? All right, so we have beyond humanity lies the Hypernaut, okay? The thing that kills me every time I read this one, this is Hypernaut's face right here. It's not the globe or spherical head that's on the top of this cybernetic suit here that holds this consciousness of the Hypernaut. This is the person's face right here. So that's where it starts to feel a little weird when you're reading this, because this is where you're looking for the expressions and such, okay? And sometimes I forget that as I'm reading it, all right? But what we have here with all of these little bubbles is that the Hypernaut is collecting information. This is all information from like throughout the Earth and everything. Apparently his spaceship stays on the dark side of the moon, and this is everything, you know, from Earth. He's trying to accumulate all of the knowledge from that, okay? So that's what this is, okay? He also has a three-eyed, two-mouthed, two-nosed monkey named Queep, okay? And that is his sidekick, okay? So as we can see here, he's like, well, Queep, I think that's enough soaking in my intelligence tank for one day. So his intelligence tank, again, is where, you know, he's absorbing all of this information and everything. And this is kind of just like an exposition dump, right? This is like letting you know, like, who he is, okay? He's saying he's getting a message about Informan from the Tomorrow Syndicate, and he's checking out that message right now. This is his Hyperbase 1, and I'm not sure what the name of that triangle is. But yeah, so we all know what this is, and like the way that he says it here, he's like the shielding on the left horizontal, so it's really horizontal and Verizon put together, which is like, you know, that's kind of hilarious, but that like gives you an idea of like what it's supposed to be, because there is no up and down, left and right, or anything like that. And even says on here, you know, it's the inside outerior, you know, so there's things like that. I think it's wild. I like that. It gives everything this, like, I don't know, this super like old-timey classic comic book thing where they would think of anything that made it as alien as possible or as super strange as possible away from what, you know, you would have on everyday Earth or anything, right? So now he's saying that he can relax, and as he's relaxing, he's talking to Queep here and kind of reminiscing about the story that took place. And basically he's, I'll just, you know, I can read this stuff here that'll tell you the origin of the Hypernaut. And he's like, if I want to feel something, I remember his emotions. I remember his fear when that prototype jet he was testing started to disintegrate. I remember his pain, machine gunned by flying metal as the faulty engine exploded, and his bewilderment as a flying saucer straight from the sci-fi magazines appeared before his dying eyes, gathering him in a tractor beam. This is him. This, you know, again, he's saying he doesn't feel, right? Because he's just a consciousness in this cybernetic suit. And what's wild again here is even when we do a close-up on it, they treat this like it's his face, but this is his face here. So it's very weird to see that. But yeah, so he basically is like, you know, taken in. He's like, he never saw his benefactors, catching only blurred glimpses of their surgeon machines through the fog of anesthetic as they struggle to save his broken body. Okay, at last they struggled in vain. Eventually, Steven's alien rescuers had only one choice: to dismantle his brain atom by atom with their beam technology, while copying his precise patterns onto a new cybernetic receptacle. So there you go. He was a test pilot who the jet was being destroyed. These alien creatures appeared, took him, and transferred his consciousness over here in order to save his life. So right here it says Dan Stevens died, only his mind survived as a Hypernaut. And it says one of a guild of fantastic beings from 100 different worlds, rescued at the point of death and reborn into new bodies. So apparently there are Hypernauts like throughout the universe, basically, who were saved from near death and then made into these Hypernauts or whatever, I guess, in order to be Guardians. Okay. So we got, that I think is an awesome story, right? It's very Green Lantern-ish, right? And that's what I'm getting from this, is that he was like the pastiche of Green Lantern, basically. So I don't know, I guess an alarm is going off that they are getting some weird thing, and they're getting, some weird readings or whatever, and they can see here that this creature begins to form in front of them, and it looks like a bunch of onion rings with maybe bones in the center, and this eye here, and the thing is making weird sounds, okay, and they can't make out like what those sounds are, but finally it ends up turning into a language, and he's like, greetings, Cubelander. Please forgive my voice. It's so difficult to make sounds in this medium, okay? He goes, but then I'm not here to have a conversation. I'm here to destroy you. So basically, this creature just appears because he's out to kill the Hypernaut. And he's kind of letting everybody know, in his monologuing or whatever, that, he has a plan to, I guess, take over this dimension. And the only person that could have stopped him is the Hypernaut. So he's going to get rid of the Hypernaut in advance before going forward with his plan. Okay. And, getting the drop on the Hypernaut, it looks like he's about to win. And he's like, I don't understand why I was so worried, because apparently you're not, that bad of an enemy here. I don't think you could have defeated me. We're also getting clues as to why this creature looks like this and where this creature is from. Apparently, this creature is from a different, it's from the fourth dimension. So, like, he can see around walls. He can, everything's laid out more like a blueprint for him. So there's nothing blocking him from going anywhere, and he can see wherever the Hypernaut goes. So that's why he's able to reach right past this, door that the Hypernaut sealed and grab him and pull him through this, which causes the Hypernaut immense pain, because he's like kind of being pulled through the particles of this blockade here, Then he gets launched through this two-dimensional plane that he has on his ship, which has two-dimensional life forms on it. When he flies through that, and he's thinking to himself, hopefully I did not hit any of these life forms and hurt anybody, he then also realizes, like, hey, this is a two-dimensional form, and he could see how his body was laid out in two dimensions as he was going through it. So now he's starting to realize that this guy is a fourth dimensional being, and that's why he looks and sounds in this manner, and that gives him the heads up as to what to do in order to beat this alien creature. Okay. So again, fighting this creature here, as you can see, this guy can project his hand behind him to do things, because again, nothing is, this dimension cannot stop him from achieving whatever, because he can go around and move in different ways because of what dimension he's from. He does get a hold of this weapon and begins to kill the Hypernaut with it, and it's working. He's actually like, please, no more, you're killing me, as he's being hit with this weapon, and it's happening, and we see it in the silhouette here that this body is destroyed. Queep can't take it, he's breaking down, and we can see what's left here as he collapses and explodes. The spherical head of that suit rolls off, and Queep grabs it, and the sphere begins to float. Basically, it's going to go away. This creature believes that the Hypernaut is dead, but his consciousness is still alive within the sphere, and Queep jumps on to get a ride, to hitch a ride with it. So this sphere is, flying around through what they go through the creature itself. When they go into the creature, this is what they're seeing. And this is like, I enjoyed this because this is like that nod to Jack Kirby when he would do the Fantastic Four, and he would do these collages of images that you could tell were like photocopied, and then his artwork was put on top of it. And that's what we're getting right here in order to give us, again, like this fantastical image that we wouldn't normally see in a comic. But basically, he's inside of this creature's brain now, and he decides to do a complete info dump from everything all the knowledge he obtained today in his info tank. Okay, so he is bombarding this creature's brain with all of this information, and the creature can't take it. He has to withdraw and go back to his dimension before basically his head implodes, which apparently it either happened or he went back to his dimension. Okay, so right here it says, "Poor Queep, I wish I could tell him that our foe is gone, whether back to his own world or destroyed forever, it doesn't matter." So again, we're left, with, did it get destroyed or did it go back to his own dimension? We don't know, but the sphere now goes over to where we have a bunch of Hypernaut suits, and he's basically like going through like, which suit should I take today? Should I take this this giant suit here? Should I take this or that? Should I take this liquid metal suit? Maybe that's something I'll do in the future. So he ends up just getting back in his regular suit, and just basically going through how, okay, we just saved the Earth, and the Earth will never know how close it came to being annihilated. And that was the Hypernaut. So I guess we'll see him again when we get to the last issue of the 1963 books. But here we have the sizzling 63 souvenir snapshots. This is just an awesome picture of the Hypernaut. I love it. To me, I guess I said Green Lantern earlier because it's like, it's alien, right? That's what Green Lantern would do a lot of, but it's also like Iron Man. So, it's a mixture of whatever. This is an awesome picture of Queep right here. I do enjoy that. Okay. And then we have Ultimate Special Agent. That's an awesome picture right there by Don Simpson. Okay. And there we go. So that was part 2 of the Tales of Uncanny, book 3 of 1963. I'll be completing the entire series along with another book that came out within the past year or so that I'll be talking about. So guys, if you like this video, please hit like. It helps my channel grow. You'll be doing me a big favor. I'm currently working on my own comic, and I'm trying to build an audience so I can get my name out there. Also, I bring out like a new video almost every day. So if you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.